Hello, and welcome to another episode of Casual Citizen, where we keep it casual in the verse. My name's Steven. I'll be keeping it casual with you today. So, the Hull B just dropped. I'm a subscriber, so I have it for a week. And so I want to find out, is this a ship I want to buy or not? So let's spend the next hour with the Hull B and see if it can get me to part with my money. Let's load on up and head on out. All right, so we're situated here in the Hull B. I gotta say, after only being in this ship a little bit, I'm already loving it very, very much. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head out and do my favorite Terranite route. We're gonna hit 3 locations in Stanton that have Terranite, and then we're gonna head over to New Babbage and sell it and see how much money we can make. So let's head on over to the first location, Samson and Sons. We'll see you over there. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, blast off. All right, so we've arrived here at Walla, and we're gonna head on down to Samson and Sons. All right, we got some other ships here. Let's see. I don't believe that Samson and Sons is in an armistice zone, so this place does have potential to be dangerous, but you know, risk and reward. Nope. Alright, coming on in here. A few ships. We have another Hull B there. Why does it seem that everyone has parted the ways for us here? That's interesting. Alright, let's get the camera in position here, and left Alt and K. Oh. Oh yeah. Very nice. I like it. All right. So one of the claims to fame, right, is that the Hull B is supposed to be able to, you know, be a large ship but go down onto planets and moons. So that's one thing I kind of want to test out, which we're already seeing. It's a slight problem, but we'll be okay. Okay, we'll do it there. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Engines off. Let's head on in. Nice. All right, let's head on over to the purchase terminal. Is my helmet on? What's on? 10% there. All right, it's a little bit dark in here, but yeah, this is the terminal. And they only have Terranite here. And I'm going to be honest here. I wanted to try and fill this vehicle up. And so I went around to these 3 spots several hours before recording and just purchased as much as they had. But there is this one bug, right? I've got 100 Terranite here that I purchased like an hour or 2 ago. And then there is more inventory, but I can't purchase it. And so we're going to go load up the Terranite, and then I'll show you that it doesn't matter how much you have purchased, whether it's 1 unit or 100, it prevents you from purchasing more units. Let me know if you've had this glitch. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But all right, I'm going to get these loaded up, and we'll get a few more after that. Jeez. Nice. That's a new feature. It said over overweight, but then it only moved over the amount that it could possibly carry. That's pretty cool. All right, a little quality of life feature there. I like it. It's actually a really big deal. That was a pain in the butt before. Let's see what that guy's got later. All right, I think I'm gonna do a hyperlapse here. We're gonna start with up tap. Oh yeah. All right, we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, we have our first batch on there. Let's bring up the next bit. All right, got 4 more units. Let's load them on up. And the last but not least, very nice. All right, let's head on in and see if we can purchase a few more units now. All right, no one has purchased that. I was hoping there would be a little bit, few more than that, but what are you gonna do? All right, 4 more units. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's load them on up. All right, we have our last 4 units here. Let's get them loaded on up, and we'll head over to our next location. All right, we have loaded up the units. All right, so the next location is HDMS Woodruff over on ETA. So we'll see you over there. All right, we got all that sweet, sweet cargo. Let's blast off. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Oh yeah, look at that. That's fantastic. The whole B looks fantastic. Walla looks fantastic. It's fantastic all around. All right. Here we go. Boom, we've arrived. I'm not a fan of this glitch. Okay, perfect. HDMS Woodruff is in the daylight. Let's head on down. All right, we've arrived here on ETA. Probably the moon that I've spent the most time at in the verse, only because I used to come to HDMS Woodruff pretty much daily to pick up Terranite. That's how I made my early millions. It's one of the, I think it was the 3rd video I made on this channel. They've since changed the amount of money that you can make, but you know, man, it's still a fun route. And actually, it's probably, because it's slightly less viable, fewer people go there, but you can still make good money. All right, coming on in. There's another whole B here. All right, and we're in luck. Both of the landing zones are open. Let's see if it fits on the smaller landing zone. Actually, I'm actually curious about that. I have taken it to a bigger landing zone before, but we're gonna park it at the garage on the right side. All right, we are situated here. Let's come on in. So how's it look? Oh, that's looking great. Okay, that's fantastic. Let me see if I can back it up a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. You know, the legs, they said in the video that they tried to get the legs like as small as possible. But them being a little bit higher allows you to put the rear of the ship off the back like that. It's pretty good. I did them in this order because Samson & Sons is not in an arms assist zone, and so someone could attack you. Oops, this bug. HMS Woodruff and the last location we're going to go to, they are both in arms assist zones. So if you are worried that someone might be trying to steal your stuff or whatever. Okay, I've already got 8. Can I buy more? All right, I already bought 48 units. And again, we have this bug where because I've already bought some an hour or two ago, I can't add to the inventory. Actually, let's just double check what the price is before I move on. 23. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the lowest price you'll usually get, according to the internet, over at Samson & Sons is 20,000 per unit. And here at HMS Woodruff, it is usually 23,000. So, all right, we got our Terranite. We're just gonna put it on the whole B here. So close. I can't decide which. I think we're gonna go here. All right. Now do back to front. All right, we got those units on there. Let's go see if someone bought the units while we were in there or not. Let's see if there's more than 58 too. Okay. Yes, so 58 units. 8. Okay. Oh, 7. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, 7 more units. Let's load them up. All right, I'm gonna just very quickly go and check if there's any more, and then we'll head on over to the last location. Oh, never mind. There's another ship. We're gonna try and head on out of here. This is one thing that I don't like about the whole B, is the whole world knows what you got. That guy's just sitting there. What ship is that? It's a fighter jet. All right. We're gonna set a marker for Hurston. We're gonna see what this guy does. He's okay. I think he's just going for some. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this thing can haul on out of here. Here we go. I don't know if that guy is a good guy or not. So we're gonna quickly boost on out of here. It's a really nice shot though. Alright. This is not the normal way that I would normally do this, but we're just gonna get away from this guy as quickly as possible. When it comes to getaways, I actually hate this new system where it has to turn the ship for, you know, the sights and the sound, for having a great visual experience. I love that they turn the ship, But when you're trying to get away from someone because they might be attacking you or whatever, man, it's a long time to wait. In any case, let's head on down. All right. We have arrived at the last location, which is HDMS Rider. This is also on ETA, and normally I would just set this marker, but that guy was there, so try to fake him out. Let's just check here. Okay, there is at least one ship here, but that seems like a normal one. All right, there is a hammerhead there, but as we learned, we can easily fit onto the smaller landing pads. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Gonna come on in here, hope for the best. Hope there's that guy is not there. I love this place at night. I love ETA at night. It's so cool. All right. Once again, I had actually... Oh, wait. Let's see here. Did I purchase before? Yeah, okay. All right. This was actually a big haul for me. And then there's 100... Wow. Okay. That's great. We're actually going to maybe fill up the whole B. Again, that glitch is everywhere, that you can't purchase more to a cargo unit, to a cargo, whatever, to a place that you've already bought. That's annoying. That's not casual. Oh, with the planet in the background. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Nuts. With the ship bouncing and the planets. It's beautiful. Alright, I think I'm going to move these to the back here. Alright, I'm going to hyperlapse this. We'll see you in a minute. All right. We're all situated here. That cargo's looking real nice. I like it. All right, let's go. Actually, we have 6 more units here before we even have to... Yeah, wow, we're going to actually fill this thing with Terranite. That's crazy. I didn't think that I would be able to do that because usually it is pretty popular. All right, so the first side is completely full. We're gonna move this one over here, and luckily it looks like we can fit right underneath there. That's real nice. And put this bad boy up there. Okay, we got plenty of space. Let's go see what they got for sale. See if it's been gone in that time that we're loading up. Nice. 8. 12 more units. Yeah, there's the only problem with this. This is expensive. Alright, I'm not going to load up all those units going underneath, so we're going to flip it around. Nice. All right, fantastic. Again, gotta love the lighting here. I mean, look at this. That looks fantastic. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right, here we go. 6 units. Let's load them on up. Alright, last 6 units. I will just say, loading up on top feels better than loading up the bottom. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this feeling is, but I have this feeling when I load on the bottom. It's like I'm a little bit uncomfortable. It's not casual. Throwing things way up in the air, that's casual. Trying to thread things on the ground, doesn't feel good. Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't like that. It's very odd. It's a very odd dislike, but it's true. Alright, so I did check uexcorp.space, and it does still say that Orson should purchase Terranite for, I believe it's 28,000, and then New Babbage is number 2, and they purchased it for 27,000. That's what it says anyway. So we're gonna head over to Orson. Sorry, at the beginning of the video I said we would head to New Babbage, but all right, we'll see you over there. All right, a full to the brim hull B. Okay, a pretty darn full, almost to the brim hull B. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, blast off. That looks fantastic. I don't know, guys. My wallet is looking like it's going to be in trouble. Alright, come on, that was sick. Alright. Let's bring it on in. Huh. Not a nice smooth landing. Darn. That would have been sweet.
My system's showing that you've arrived.
Alright, we've arrived. Let's see if I made some money. Hull B. 10 million. Let's see what this final number is, though. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't show it. Okay, 25 mil. Yeah. I think I had like 23 million. I think I made like 2 million off that. You can do the math on that. But yeah, hauling Terranite is still worth it. That's not the main point of this video. The main point of the video is the whole C. No, the whole B. Just the whole C is stuck in my mind because it's my favorite. It's my favorite one. In any case, the whole B is a phenomenal cargo ship. I'm extremely torn on if I want to buy it, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of holding out for the Ironclad, but I'm deeply, deeply considering it. It is nice that it slots in right after the mole, in that you can load everything on the outside, but it's another like 200 units, right? Or 300 units actually compared to the mole. So that's a very nice feature and a nice, yeah, it's nice. I don't know if I want it. I do want it because it's sweet, but I don't think I need it because I've got the mole and I've got the C2. But who knows? I guess we'll see. All right, in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm very curious what you think about the whole C or the whole B. And I hope you will take some time and do this Terranite running because it can be very profitable. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you've enjoyed this video and others of mine, please consider subscribing. This has been Steve, keeping it casual in the verse. We'll see you in the next one.